If you consider yourself a fan of Street Fighter as a series at all, during the last few days, you have been essentially bombarded with footage and information around Alex, the upcoming DLC for Street Fighter 6. And even though everyone is reacting to how cool he looks, how fun his gameplay seems to be, I have not seen that many people talk about a topic that I want to cover in this video, which is how unique Alex's gameplay design is and how much he shifts away from the drive gauge system of SF6, which has been the core identity of the gameplay of this entry on the franchise since release. Okay everybody, so let me explain myself. What do I mean when I say that Alex's gameplay design is unique in comparison to maybe the rest of the cast of SF6 and how he relates to the drive gauge system in a more innovative way? So let's first talk about one of his new moves, which kind of connects with this idea that I want to talk about, and that is his Prowler stance. If we take a quick look on the character guide that Capcom put out for Alex on the Street Fighter YouTube channel, or even some of the CPU footage that has been released, we will very clearly see that he has a new stance. And this stance at first glance kind of like serves the option or functionality of giving him new inputs for his old charge motions that he used to have on games like Third Strike or SF5, and also gives him cool mix-up and incredible animations for many moves. But if you zoom into it a bit more, we will see that Alex actually has a ton of unique movement options on stance that I feel many people have been ignoring and are some of the most unique for the character. For example, if you just activate the stance, you are kind of like on a low profile position, so you're probably gonna go under some fireballs and some high normals, and even though you cannot block when the stance is activated, this still works like an evasive way to play neutral. And then on top of that, we can also see that Alex can actually dash while on stance, so he has a unique dash animation while he is on Prowler stance that is going to be really fast, relatively long range, and is probably gonna keep the low profile properties of the stance itself. And I really feel like this is going to be one of the most unique features of his gameplay loop overall. It's gonna make him a really fun character that is also not going to be that dependent on drive rush as a system mechanic, so you can use the drive gauge resource that you have on the system mechanics of the game for other interactions and mix-ups instead of just only using it to cut the space in neutral. I really like the fact that he has these unique movement abilities while on Prowler stance, and I would like for future characters on Street Fighter 6 to have this kind of like unique movement options that are more character based instead of drive rush being the neutral skip in the game that is more universally represented because of the system mechanics. And wait a moment, because it actually doesn't end with this. He also has a hop out of the stance, which is a unique type of jump, and it is really cool that he has something like that to mix people up close with movement, and at the same time out of the Prowler stance you have all your charge motion inputs that used to be in other games, like for example Third Strike and SF5 like I said earlier. So that means that you not only have a low profile stance that has multiple movement options with the dash and hop, but you can also have forward momentum moves that actually have a hitbox. They're an actual special move, and when you take all of these options together and connect them with each other, it really feels that you can understand the Prowler stance, or at least many of the moves that come with it, as a replacement of drive rush. And I really like that, because I want more characters on Street Fighter 6 that are less dependent on drive gauge and the overall system mechanics of the game. And a small disclaimer, I'm not putting up this video on YouTube or talking about this because I hate the system mechanics of Street Fighter 6. No, it's just that I really like when characters feel unique, and it seems like Capcom is really going into that route with Alex, and his Prowler stance is going to feel like his gameplay and overall options are not that easy to imitate when you compare it to other characters in the roster, and I personally find that very interesting and engaging. Let me know if you agree with me in the comments or not, but that's just my personal opinion. And in the meantime, if you want to support this channel that makes content around fighting games, or you're just enjoying this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. Thank you, and let's continue. Okay, so even though I already talked about many of the options that I really wanted to cover in that first part, there's still a couple of moves that I want to show, because to me they seem not only really fun, but also unique. They actually make Alex even more unique as a character, and the first one is the fact that Capcom gave this freak armor on his Lariat. Okay, it is absolutely insane that he now has armor on one of the versions of Lariat. The fact that you can just stop drive impact with this and win the interaction is insane. It's going to be really fun to use, and actually a pretty good kind of like trap setup to stop people from mashing drive impact. I really like it, and it's going to create some situations that are going to be visually striking I'm very hyped. So I'm super happy that they did this, even though it might end up being busted and like super broken if you use it right. I don't care. I'm glad that Alex has actually a chance to be stronger than he has been historically, because he was not necessarily the best character ever in any Street Fighter that he has been in. And it seems like many of the changes around Alex as a character for Street Fighter 6 are gonna make him a much more solid character overall, and this armor lyric is for sure up there, brother. Like, it's crazy good. And then another thing that to me is a big highlight about Alex as a character in this game is the fact that he also does combo routes that are very different from the rest of the cast. If you look at least at the CPU footage, which is what we have right now, even though it is not like optimal gameplay or whatever way you want to call it, there is a lot of combo routes that are mostly back turn EX command grabs, and they actually do a ton of damage. It's not like they're bad, brother, like they're actually hitting super hard, and you can actually cancel the back turn command grab into level 2, the one wing angel, so it seems really strong. It's not like this is going to be something like super bad to do in actual gameplay on Street Fighter 6 when you play as a human and you're not the CPU, right? And to me, this is also very unique because a lot of the characters in the game use mostly, a lot of the time, like drive rush extensions with their combo routing, and maybe Alex is going to be a character that is going to have optimal combos that are based mostly in the usage of EX moves, and that is something that to me is also amazing because it gives more variety to the overall experience with combo routing in the game. And it really feels like Alex might have a ton of really good combos that are mostly going to be based on the back turn EX command grabs and some specific setups that might be even meterless. So another thing that makes me really happy is this kind of like combo route variation that it seems like the character is gonna have, that is gonna make him even more unique. And well, everybody, I just want to end this video showing some love and appreciation to Capcom and to Kenny Omega, because the work behind Alex as a character is incredible. Like, the motion capture that Kenny Omega did is so good, it's perfect for Alex as a character, and the visual redesign that Capcom did for Alex is also really good. It's arguably one of the best on SF6 as an entry in the franchise when it comes to redesigning all their characters. It's up there with Ed, man. Like, they did an amazing job. And the other thing that people have to understand that I want to mention is that the budget behind this character, the money that Capcom put up to make this DLC, is very clearly super high. This is probably one of the most expensive characters in fighting games ever. It's not only about Street Fighter, right, and about modern games. And the thing is that if they wanted, they could have probably caught up on the cost of making Alex as a character. There is very clearly a lot of love for Street Fighter as a franchise in Capcom, and the people behind this game that are working on it and Kenny Omega are clearly actual fans of a Street Fighter as a series, because if not, let me tell you, this character would look, move, and do much less stuff than what it's doing in this game, like many of the other characters that are super high quality. So all my love to Capcom and Kenny Omega, because Alex is arguably one of the best DLCs that Street Fighter 6 is ever gonna get. And like and subscribe if you can, if you want to support the channel, I would appreciate it. See you on the next one, guys. Take care and have a nice day.